Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of What is Jessica Making and How the Heck Does She Do That? Today's version, my best friend's birthday card. Woo! Shout out to her. Her name's Heidi Jo, and she is literally the sweetest person on earth. You look at her, you're going to get a toothache. That's how sweet she is. So we're going to start out with something called a turnabout stamp from Concord and Ninth. And I'm using my Altenew stamp wheel because let me tell you, these things, I know they are from different companies, but it's like they were made for each other. And so, yeah, I like to call them wed. They have been wed in my mind. They are now partners and soulmates. So what I did is I lined up the little guide with the lines on the stamp wheel board. And then I lined up my stamp with that. And then you just stamp down your first layer. And then once you're done with that first layer and you clean off the stamp, you rotate it. So I'm going to say a quarter. You rotate it a quarter. And then you do your color, you stamp it again, rotate it, do your next color, and so forth and so on. And I asked her what her favorite colors were, and she said teal, purple, pink, and white. But I can't stamp white on white, so I did a very, very soft gray. And these are all my Distress Oxide inks from Tim Holtz Ranger. They are amazing. I love them. Their colors are gorgeous, but I like to bring out the colors even more. So I use my Tim Holtz Ranger Micro Glaze, and this seals it in and makes it no longer water reactive, brings out all the bold colors, and makes it pop off the page. So that's what I was doing there. And you can see how much brighter it is. Isn't that the most beautiful pattern? I love it. So here I am cutting it out, and it takes a while because I had to do it by hand and I have arthritis. So woo, yay for me. While I'm doing that, I'll tell you about my friend Heidi Jo. I met her when we both went to hair school, and she used to drive semi-trucks, and she got hot one summer, so she shaved her head because it was hot. Like, this girl is a bad A, but she is the sweetest person on earth. I can't tell you. It's like a dichotomy of personalities, but in the best way possible. I love her so much. She is so fearless and so strong and so amazing. And she is the most wonderful mom on the planet. I have to tell you that. Like, she wins the mom award for sure. And I thought when I was mixing this pink and purple background, I just thought it didn't look quite right. So I added some blue to it. And I really think that brought out the correct color purple that I was going for. And then, of course, I'm just blending it all together right here. That pink, purple, and blue color palette. And then I didn't want to leave it just cloudy like that. So I went ahead and used my water and splattered it a little bit. So when I put the glaze on, it's no longer water reactive. This is what I'm talking about. If you spray water on the Distress Oxides before they've been sealed, they will react to it. They will wick out, they will pull out the lighter color in the base color, and you can just see how cool it makes it like a speckly pattern. You can do all sorts of cool things with that. So once I've got it where I want it, then I use the glaze and go and seal that in, and that removes the reactive part of the, the ink. It removes the cloudiness, the chalkiness, the film layer, and it gives it a bolder blend. So if you're looking for a soft blend, you don't want to put the glaze on, but it will react to water if it gets wet. So once the glaze is on there, you're good. You can squirt it and it's not going to do anything. So I was just showing you on the right side, it had the glaze, the left side it didn't. Now I'm doing the whole thing. And there you go. You can see how cool that is. And now it's so bright and bold and it looks three-dimensional like you're in space. It's really cool. So now I need some sentiments. And I'm using my Misty. And I'm just doing You Are Amazing, because she is amazing. And I'm using my Tim Holtz embossing glaze. It's different than the micro glaze. And I wanted to do it in that pretty teal color to kind of go with the theme of the flower, the purples, pinks, teals. So I stamped it in black because I wanted it to stand out and be bold. But the glazes aren't like other embossing powders. They actually melt into the background. And so it was too black for me. So right here, I was like, no, too dark. So I decided, hey, I'll just do white on top of it instead. So I did white to basically reverse the darkness. And yeah, and it seemed to work a little bit, but I still wanted it to be that teal color. So I did the teal on top of the white to make it bright and make it stand out. And I actually did this a couple of times for several layers, so it really, really, really stood out. And you can even see on the back how it just melts into the paper. It's really cool. And I love how this turned out because it gave it a 3D shadow effect with the white. It kind of looked like it was outlined once it was all dried, and it just looked really cool. So I'm kind of glad I made the mistake of doing the black first, because I got this really unique and individual fun result in the end. And she is amazing, by the way. She is the best, and I love her. You are amazing. I wish I could put "you are amaze balls," but I haven't found a stamp like that yet. Stamp makers, hello. New idea. So here I am trimming it all down, and then I used my 5-inch double-sided tape from Amazon to get it all nice and sticky. And then I need to add the little strips on the back because they were just a little too tall. And that's going to be my inside layer where I write her note, her happy birthday message. And then that is going to be the card base. And then here I am using foam tape, adhesive tape, to pop it up and give it some 3D dimension and make that the focal point. Look how cool that is. And of course, you know me, I have to have bling. It needs gems because she sparkles and I want her card to sparkle. So I went with these cool teardrop shaped gems. Actually, they're like skinny diamonds. Anyways, and I put them on just the gray parts to make those sparkle and shine and pop. And I really like how it looked. It looked like they're kind of wet with dew. It was really pretty. And then I got to put a big old sentiment in there because, you know me, I want to shout from the rooftops, "Happy birthday, Heidi Jo! Woo!" Sorry if that was a little loud. And then I didn't want it to be boring, so I had to go in and color it with her favorite colors. But I did gray instead of white, you know, again. So there you are. You are amazing. Sparkle, sparkle, prettiness. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know what flower that is, but it's pretty. And then happy B-Day. And I did the little white highlights to make them look like bubble letters. And there's me, just called cards. And then I went ahead and wrote my message in there, but I'm not showing you that. That's personal. I don't say everything that's in my mind. Yeah, my parents would disagree. But there's the card. I hope you enjoyed the video. Love you. Bye.